campaign season is here, and your vote can make a difference. Comcast brings you the Candidates on Demand right now.
I'm Jill Horner, and this is Candidates on Demand. With me is Steven Welzer. He is the Green Party candidate for the 4th Congressional District. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Talk to us about the 4th District and the area that you want to represent.
It's a wonderful district. It runs all the way from the ocean to the river. It's very diverse, and I think that I'll be able to represent them very well in Congress.
So let's get into some of the reasons that you're running and a little bit about your background.
Okay. Well, you know, the Green Party is trying to break through right now. For over 100 years, we've only had essentially two choices in this country, the Democrats and the Republicans. People all over the world are embracing the idea of living green. And in most of the countries of the world, there's proportional representation, so that if a new party gets 8% of the vote, they get 8% of the representation in the parliament. For that reason, there are Greens in the parliament of every major European country right now, and there are Green parties in almost 100 countries all over the world. So in the United States, we may be lagging a little bit, but we feel as if it's just a matter of time until the Green Party breaks through and becomes a major party.
So that's why you're running for Congress at this point, to work toward those goals.
Get out that message. I've been a long-time Green Party activist, and we always encourage our members to get out there and put their names on the ballot so that the electorate has someone green to vote for.
So let's get into some of your specific goals. Obviously, environmental issues are at the forefront of what you're hoping to achieve, but let's talk specifically about energy and natural resource conservation. Are there steps that need to be taken, and are there steps that you can take as a member of Congress in order to make us more energy efficient and help us to conserve?
Absolutely. There should be subsidies. We could retrofit every house in this country with not an awful lot of money. It doesn't cost a lot of money to go around and retrofit houses and buildings, and that's the #1 area where energy leaks out into the atmosphere. We also could redirect energies toward our monies toward public transportation instead of such a car-centric mode of transportation as we have now.
So major infrastructure projects, including rail, for example? Especially
rail. Say we paving over the earth the way that we do between the roads and the parking lots is not the best thing from an ecological perspective. A lot of countries are ahead of us in terms of fostering public transportation. We could do a lot better in this country in that regard.
In addition to transportation issues, you say healthcare is one of your top concerns.
Well, you know, we have such a mess here, and it's really going to bankrupt this country. The other advanced countries have found ways to do national health insurance. There's no reason it can't be done here. The way we do it now with private insurance, the people who have good insurance are so well covered that the doctors and hospitals can really overcharge in terms of their fees and over-testing and over-prescribing. And then the people in our country who have no health care or minimal health care coverage can go bankrupt from the very high fees. There ought to be a way to even that out, and it can be done by what's called a single-payer national health care system. In countries like Canada, England, France, Germany, you have that kind of system. The statistics show that they get better care for less money, and we could do the same thing here.
Let's switch gears and talk a little bit about military spending. You say this would be one of your top priorities as well.
Well, there are things the Greens want to pay for in terms of subsidizing the retrofitting of houses and national health care. It could come from the military budget. We spend in this country almost as much money on the military as all the rest of the countries in the world combined. Or to put it another way, if you take China, Russia, England, France, Germany, the leading countries, we spend more money than all those countries combined. It's really a bloated military budget, and you won't find the Democrats or the Republicans talking about cutting back on the military budget. That's where the Greens want to get the money for the ideas that we have.
All right, thank you very much. We've been talking with Steven Welzer, the Green Party candidate for the 4th Congressional District. I'm Jill Horner.